Cloudflare and LiteSpeed Cache integration enable you to combine the finest CDN provider with the best optimization plugin for WordPress. Combining them effectively will result in a lightning-fast website loading time. However, there is one significant issue that you may encounter while combining them. The issue is with LiteSpeed Cache Cloudflare's automatic management of full-page caching. I'll explain exactly how to resolve that in this video. Continue watching to discover the video's hidden gem. Why integrate Cloudflare with LiteSpeed Cache? The Cloudflare and LiteSpeed Cache setup leverages LiteSpeed Cache's incredible optimization capabilities and Cloudflare's lightning-fast CDN. Thus, when these two services are combined, you get the finest WordPress optimization solution as well as the best CDN solution, a solution that combines the best of both worlds. When it comes to Cloudflare CDN, you truly can't go wrong. It will provide you with one of the quickest CDN speeds available, and it will do so completely for free. When used in conjunction with LiteSpeed Cache, the primary reason to pick Cloudflare over quic Cloud is the speed of its CDN. Set up LiteSpeed Cache with Cloudflare. It's quite simple to integrate LiteSpeed Cache with Cloudflare. I'll walk you through the process step by step. Additionally, how to utilize a free plugin as a substitute for Cloudflare APO. While the plugin will not provide you with all of the functionality of Cloudflare APO, it will provide you with enough to configure Cloudflare CDN effectively with your WordPress site. However, if you have $5 per month to spend, go with Cloudflare APO, that I strongly suggest. This video explains how to use Cloudflare CDN to serve your whole WordPress site. Cloudflare typically provides only static files such as CSS, JS, images, and other files, but not HTML files, which are considered dynamic file types. If not configured properly, serving dynamic files through a CDN presents a slew of complications. That is why Cloudflare does not provide HTML pages automatically. However, the ability to serve dynamic HTML files via the CDN will ensure that your site loads as quickly as possible. Your website's TTFB will decrease dramatically, as will the total load time. Static file caching is performed automatically by Cloudflare and does not require any additional configuration. That is why this tutorial will focus on properly configuring HTML file caching so that Cloudflare CDN can deliver both static and dynamic content. Configuring Cloudflare DNS. To use Cloudflare CDN, you must also use their DNS. Therefore, let us begin by configuring that. To begin, navigate to cloudflare.com and log in with your account. If you do not already have an account, you may sign up for one for free and then log in. You are now in the Cloudflare dashboard. From here, click the +Add Site button to add your site. Then, on the following page, enter your website in the format required. After that, click the Add Site button. After that, you'll be requested to select a Cloudflare plan. From here, select the free plan and then click Continue. You will now see the DNS entries that are currently in place for that domain name. You can add, update, or delete any of the records on this page. However, if your domain does not yet have any DNS entries, you will not see any records here. As a result of this page, verify that your domain has a record referring to your web server's IP address. This IP address will be assigned to you by your web hosting provider. These records will aid in the accessibility of your site. However, if certain records do not yet exist, you can add them from this page by clicking the +Add Record button. Click Continue. The following page will display your current nameserver records as well as the 2 nameserver records associated with your Cloudflare account. What you'll need to do is replace those existing Cloudflare records with Cloudflare's. To modify your domain's nameserver records, you must first navigate to your domain registrar's website and then modify the nameservers from there. Therefore, navigate to the website of the company from whom you purchased your domain names, such as Namecheap, GoDaddy, or another service. Then, log into your account and edit the nameserver records for the domain you wish to use with Cloudflare. Here is an example of how to change the name servers on Namecheap. When you're finished, return to Cloudflare's page and click the Done check Name Servers button. Then, on the Quick Start Guide page, select Finish Later since you can adjust all the options later. Then you'll see the whole name server configuration page. This page is displayed because Cloudflare may take some time to detect your modified name server records. You can use the Recheck Now option to add your domain to Cloudflare's queue. While it may state that you should check again in a few hours, the name server records are typically validated within minutes. Therefore, to determine whether your domain name has been confirmed, simply reload the page. However, if you have left the website, navigate to the Cloudflare Dashboard's Overview page. Once authenticated, it will appear on the page. Configuring LiteSpeed Cache Cloudflare. Now navigate to the WordPress admin for the site for which you just configured Cloudflare DNS. Then install and activate the LiteSpeed Cache plugin if you haven't already done that. Now navigate to LiteSpeed Cache, CDN, then CDN settings from the WordPress dashboard. Then scroll down to the section on the Cloudflare API. Enter the email address associated with your Cloudflare account in the email address section. Then, in the domain area, type the domain name of the current website. After that, you'll need to navigate to your Cloudflare account to fill out the global API key area. Therefore, navigate to the Cloudflare dashboard. Click on Get API Tokens. To view your global API key, click on the View Global API Key button. After that, you'll be required to enter your password, and you'll receive the key. Take a copy of that key and paste it into the LiteSpeed Cache plugin. Now, where you left off, paste your global API key into the LiteSpeed Cache plugin's settings page. Then toggle the ON/OFF switch next to the Cloudflare API option. Then, on the page, click Save Changes. After saving your Cloudflare information, navigate to the Manage tab to view your connected Cloudflare domain name, zone, development mode options, and Purge Everything button for the Cloudflare cache. Bear in mind that you should configure your LiteSpeed Cache settings according to your requirements, because the LiteSpeed Cache plugin settings do not affect how Cloudflare CDN caching works. After watching this video, you can watch my complete step-by-step guide on how to configure LiteSpeed Cache, link in the description box. When you add the Cloudflare API to LiteSpeed Cache, you gain the ability to manually remove all Cloudflare cache and to enable Cloudflare's development mode from your WordPress dashboard. However, that is about all the value you will receive from this. Thus, whether you edit a page, post, or make any other type of modification in WordPress, LiteSpeed Cache will not alert Cloudflare. As a result, when you serve HTML files from Cloudflare CDN, the HTML cache in Cloudflare will not be automatically erased, and your visitors will see stale material. That is only the beginning of the difficulties. Your visitors may view what you see as a logged-in user on your site. For example, they may see the admin bar, customization options, and other items that are visible to you as an administrator. Additionally, you may find that you are unable to see some options even when logged in. Apart from these, Cloudflare caches dynamically generated pages, i.e., pages that should not be cached. This results in visitors viewing inappropriate stuff, such as content that was not intended for them but other visitors. All of these issues will arise as a result of an incorrect dynamic caching configuration in Cloudflare CDN. As a result, we will need to address the issue immediately. You know what? You can simply disable the Cloudflare API option in the LiteSpeed Cache, CDN. Then CDN settings page, as maintaining it will provide no real benefit. As discussed previously, then, proceed through the following instructions to properly configure Cloudflare CDN with your WordPress site. Using Cloudflare plugin. The official Cloudflare plugin for WordPress will enable you to utilize Cloudflare CDN's dynamic HTML caching. When you change pages, posts, and certain other content from WordPress, it will immediately delete them from the Cloudflare CDN. That's a decent start toward a properly configured caching system. Let's have a look at how to install it on your WordPress site. To begin, download and activate the Cloudflare plugin for WordPress on your site. Then navigate to Settings, Cloudflare from your WordPress dashboard. There, click the Sign in Here link to establish a connection between your Cloudflare account and this Cloudflare plugin. At this point, you'll be requested to input your Cloudflare API credentials. Enter the email ID you used to create your Cloudflare account in the email section. You can use the global API key or API token field to enter the global API key that you obtained from your Cloudflare account by clicking on Get API Tokens on your dashboard. Additionally, on this same page, on the API Tokens section, there is a button labeled Create Token. You can generate an API token from this page and use it in place of the global API key in the Cloudflare plugin. This is also the most secure solution. However, the global API key will work here as well. Therefore, in the global API key or API token area, insert one of those. Then click the option Save API Credentials. Now you'll see the Cloudflare plugins home tab. You can click the Apply button in the Apply Recommended Cloudflare Settings for WordPress section. This will update your domain settings within your Cloudflare account automatically. These optimum settings will be customized for WordPress-powered websites. As a result, I recommend that you do so. Additionally, you can determine which settings this option affects by visiting Cloudflare's recommended settings description page for WordPress. The following section, Automatic Platform Optimization, is for configuring Cloudflare APO on your site. However, this is not the subject. When you click the Purge Cache button in the Purge Cache section, you will be given the option to purge all cache for your site or to purge cache for specific files specified via URLs. This is advantageous if you want to manually clear the Cloudflare CDN cache from the WordPress dashboard without accessing your Cloudflare account. Now comes the meat of our plugin, which is automatic Cloudflare cache cleaning depending on WordPress activities. From the Cloudflare settings page, navigate to the Settings tab. Enable the Auto Purge Content on Update option here. When you switch it on, a confirmation box will appear. There, click I'm certain. This option, according to Cloudflare, accomplishes the following. When a user creates, modifies, or deletes a post, page, attachment, or comment, Cloudflare purges any linked URLs from its cache. When you swap themes or customize a theme through the WordPress admin panel, the cache is also purged immediately. You'll find some more options on this page, such as altering the Always Online option, enabling or disabling developer mode, selecting a security level, and adjusting the automatic HTTPS rewrites option. This page is only available to Cloudflare Premium Plan users. Maintain these settings in their current state. However, you can make use of them as necessary. We are now finished configuring the Cloudflare plugin, but there is one final step before we can begin using Cloudflare's HTML caching features. Navigate to your Cloudflare account dashboard, then navigate to Rules, then Page Rules. Now, click the button labeled Create Page Rule. You will now need to enter your domain name followed by /* in the first input area. If you're using your primary domain, such as domain.com, use the domain.com / format. Select cache level in the first field and cache everything in the second field. After that, click Save and Deploy. Once configured, the page rule will look like this. This page rule tells Cloudflare to cache your HTML files as well. And when combined with the Cloudflare plugin's Auto Purge Content on Update setting, you should have a rather robust HTML caching scheme in place. While this configuration will assist in automatically emptying the Cloudflare cache, it will not address the caching issue for logged-in users. You can accomplish this by utilizing another plugin suggested in the following section. Indeed, you may remove this plugin in this page rule, as the following plugin will perform the majority of the functions of the Cloudflare plugin, including resolving the caching issue for logged-in users, automatically creating the previous page rule, and performing additional functions. Using WP Cloudflare Super Page Cache plugin. This WP Cloudflare Super Page Cache plugin has a slew of features that will assist you in resolving dynamic caching issues when using Cloudflare with WordPress. Using this plugin will resolve issues such as caching for logged-in users, automatically clearing cache from Cloudflare CDN, preventing caching for pages with dynamic content, and many others. Indeed, as compared to other plugins, its features will be the most similar to those of Cloudflare APO. While this plugin does not provide all of the benefits of Cloudflare APO, it does provide several extra features not included in APO. For example, it will provide you granular control over which contents should be cached, as well as integration with other plugins. When installing this WP Cloudflare Super Page Cache plugin, the caching issue with logged-in users, the automated cache purging issue, and numerous other difficulties associated with dynamic caching will be resolved. It will ensure seamless integration between LiteSpeed Cache with Cloudflare CDN. Now that you've downloaded it, install and activate it on your WordPress site. Then navigate to Settings, WP Cloudflare Superpage Cache in your WordPress dashboard. There, you'll find an option to connect this plugin to your Cloudflare account. In the authentication mode, you have two options. Utilize your Cloudflare API key or your Cloudflare API token. If you choose the API key option, you may utilize the global API key that you discovered in the previous section by clicking on Get Your API Token on the account dashboard. If you want to use the API token option under the authentication mode, you can do so from this page. Additionally, you may generate an API token directly from this page by clicking the Create Token button in the API Tokens section. Then, instead of using the API key, you may use this API token to connect the plugin to Cloudflare. Again, utilizing an API token is the most secure approach. However, API key options will work as well. Therefore, from the authentication mode drop-down menu, select either the API key or the API token option. Then, according to your selection, put in the Cloudflare email ID, API key, API token, or domain name field. Keep the log mode on by default as this can assist you in obtaining support if something does not work properly. But you can also disable it. Then click the button Update Settings. If you select the API key method, after clicking the Update Settings button, you will see another option for Cloudflare domain name. Select your domain name and click the Update Settings button again. Click the Enable Page Caching Now button on the following page. This will automatically generate a Cloudflare Cache Everything page rule for your domain. As a result, it will instruct Cloudflare to cache your website's dynamic HTML pages as well. This should be sufficient for the majority of individuals to serve all their website content, including dynamic HTML files and static files such as CSS, JS, and images via Cloudflare CDN without encountering any issues. However, I will go over some additional critical options in this plugin to ensure that you do not run into any issues on the road. This will also assist you in getting the most out of this plugin and resolving any issues that may have arisen as a result of your unique WordPress configuration. For instance, your web server, such as LiteSpeed, Apache, or Nginx, and the use of a caching plugin, such as LiteSpeed Cache, in this case, can cause compatibility issues with this plugin. As a result, I'll address them here. To ensure compatibility, WP Cloudflare Superpage Cache recommends disabling any other caching plugin. This holds for the LiteSpeed Cache plugin as well. Navigate to the third-party tab on the Plugins Options page and slide down to the LiteSpeed Cache Settings section. Because the LiteSpeed Cache plugin is activated, you will receive this notice urging you to disable the LiteSpeed Cache plugin's cache. This will improve the plugin's compatibility with the LiteSpeed Cache plugin. However, there is no need to disable the LiteSpeed Cache plugin's optimization options. This notice is intended to instruct you to disable LiteSpeed Cache caching. Additionally, if you disable caching in LiteSpeed Cache, you can enable caching in this plugin. Let's accomplish that and then disable the LiteSpeed Cache plugin's cache. If you have no problems while disregarding this warning, you can omit this configuration. According to my tests, I've seen no issues keeping my LiteSpeed Cache plugin's cache enabled. If you are using a LiteSpeed server, removing caching from the LiteSpeed Cache plugin will prevent you from utilizing the incredible server-level caching capability provided by combining LiteSpeed Server and LiteSpeed Cache. Thus, you may determine if you have any difficulties in the absence of doing it and then decide whether or not to do it. However, if you are not running a LiteSpeed server, you can safely follow this configuration because you will not be utilizing the fetching feature of LiteSpeed Cache in any way. To complete the configuration of WP Cloudflare Superpage Cache and LiteSpeed Cache caching, follow these steps. Navigate to the Cache tab on the WP Cloudflare Superpage Cache Plugins Settings page. Now scroll down to the section on Fallback Page Caching. There, check the box next to Enable Fallback Page Cache. Then it will present you with more options, which you can leave as the default unless you discover one that matches your requirements. Then scroll down to the bottom of the page and click the Update Settings button. Now navigate to LiteSpeed Cache, cache in your WordPress dashboard, and choose the Cache tab. Select the Disable Cache option and then click the Save Changes button. This will disable LiteSpeed Cache's caching and completely clear its cache. You have now finished configuring the WP Cloudflare Superpage Cache plugin in conjunction with the LiteSpeed Cache plugin. This means that you can leverage the LiteSpeed Cache Cloudflare CDN configuration for both dynamic HTML files and static files. All of the issues associated with configuring your WordPress site's dynamic file caching in Cloudflare should now be resolved. Thus, there is no longer a problem with caching for logged-in users or with automatically removing cache from the Cloudflare CDN. Conclusion: LiteSpeed Cache and Cloudflare are both industry leaders in their respective fields. Additionally, they optimize WordPress sites completely. LiteSpeed Cache utilizes the quic.cloud content delivery network, whereas Cloudflare utilizes automatic platform optimization APO. However, LiteSpeed Cache's optimization is superior to Cloudflare's APO, and Cloudflare's CDN is superior to quic.cloud's CDN. As a result, you can achieve a much better result by mixing the best of them rather than focusing exclusively on one. Using only one provider's services, on the other hand, would result in a far more effortless experience, since the seamless integration within their products is far too convenient to ignore. Thanks for watching.